guys? Scalec here, and today I am here again with Glad Dad. How are we doing today?
Fantastic. I finally got, I think, my ratios and everything the way I like them.
Nice.
We've been doing a lot of testing and a lot of time at home and studying.
Obviously, because we have the bebe. We have the bebe now. So obviously, you're spending a lot of time at home, which we appreciate you so much for bringing this new deck profile to us.
And the channel, it's kind of what we've been doing the whole time here. We've been working on getting the channel up and running and getting all the my old videos that you guys like so much and put them on the new channel. And I want to thank Sam for that. And you know, guys, follow, subscribe him. He's fantastic. I don't think I wouldn't have the following from you guys if it wasn't for him. So.
And I appreciate the viewership.
But, alright, so let's get what you guys have been waiting for.
Because MCole40 featured like you're winning, someone like net decked your entire profile.
I swear to God, I don't want to say he net decked it because everybody has their own thing, but I swear that literally is almost down to the T my exact deck profile. His side deck, I think, had a couple cards different from what I played.
Understandable. Yeah.
But
hey, it was still basically your deck profile that got 4th place, which is pretty cool.
It was. It's pretty good to see that Glad you're still doing stuff, even when I'm not able to play. I told you, Konami, that the deck is the best. It was tier 0 at one point for a reason. I mean, yes, it was a lot slower format, but the deck was tier 0 still. So, first and foremost, the cutest thing in the deck, you have to play through Rescue Rabbit. He, 1-card combo, starts a lot of your stuff. Brings out the 2 normal monsters from the deck. I still love the Rescue Rabbit. I've seen a couple builds run Rescue Cat. I personally don't care for the Rescue Cat variant because it goes to Grave. And right now everybody is playing Skullmeister or Ghost Bell or anything that stops Grave effects. So I don't... You know, I prefer to just stick with the rabbit. Next, the normal monster, Ondel, the best card in the deck, I believe.
Needs a rarity bump.
He needs a rarity bump, but it will never happen, unfortunately. OTS Super. Maybe ulti, I'm not a judge. I love Ondel. Seeing him in hand is not a bad brick. You have a bunch of ways to get him out of your hand. So I believe he's still the solid, way to get your combos rolling. He's also a 19 beater, so him just being a big kind of beater comes in handy. He's also searchable off of half the cards in the deck. So the one-ofs I play one Atorix. She is your Foolish Burial Elemental Hero Prisma. She copies the name and level, so it makes it a lot easier to manipulate, going into Tamer Editor to get out your Damatinas or Herculean, your free negates, pretty much. Also, sometimes you can just, if you hard draw her, if you get a really bad hand, it happens to all decks, just set her. She's a 2k booty. So, the other one-ofs, I play one Aquist. He's the one that fetches back cards from the graveyard. Most of the time, you bring him out to get your comeback back, so you can just keep going into, Smorg and other plays. I dropped Darius. Mostly I dropped Darius because Union Carrier got banned in the last ban list, and Darius was mostly to bring out the Union Carrier because you would bring him out off the Augustus from hand. He would summon back the Ondal, and then you'd have 2 Earths so you can make Union Carrier. But since he got banned, I've been test playing him, and he just doesn't come up as often. He does come up sometimes to help you make a second Geyserus or something, but I just don't like him right now in this format, so I took him out, unfortunately. The last one for your lower level ones is my Bestiary.
Only playing one Bestiary now.
Yes, because you don't really need to, because you're running the Tri-Brigade engine, so 1 is fine. If you weren't running the Tri-Brigade engine and I was playing Pure Glads, which we can get into a Pure Glad deck list as well. If you guys want to see it, just let me know in the comments. It's not that hard. I can easily go ahead and throw together my pure variant of this deck too, because sometimes I just get tired of playing the Tri-Brigade engine, and I just want to go back to the way my deck used to run, and it still runs just fine. But yeah, I play 1. I like the 1. It's a very good, he pops spells and traps and everything. Just remember his spell and trap pop is mandatory. So if you bring him out and you have rejection on the field and your opponent has no spells and traps, he has to pop your reject. The bigger Glads I still play the one Vespius. A lot of people wonder why I play this when I still play the Tri-Brigade engine. Because you're playing Rejection still. This is your target to summon off Rejection because he's a Sea Serpent. So he's a different typing other than the ones you control. He's also another higher level, so he's easier to help you make Tamer Editor. You can also dump him off of the Atorix if you need to. But I like him because he's also a Babble Trap in hand. You know, when you declare an attack or an attack is declared on a Gladiator Beast monster you control, at the start of the damage step, you can drop him and everything on your field gains 500. Everything. So it's not just Glads. So it's really nice, because then he can just tag out into something else too. The last Glad monster I play is Augustus 2 of. He's like your only brick in the deck, and the only time he bricks is if you open both of them. And other than that, if you have comeback, you can still kind of get the ball rolling. It just takes more resources to get it going. He specials from hand, so he's the one that you will bring off of Test Panther when you special to send one back to go ahead and make your Tamer Editor. I bumped this guy back to 3 when I dropped the Darius. I was playing 2, just because he's your free extender. You know, he's also a beast, so you can pitch him off of the Tri-Brigade Cuirass if you need to special the Cuirass. But it's the fact that he's a free extender you can put in the grave for the Tri-Brigade engine and for the Glad engine.
Nice.
He also baits hand traps really well. He baits Ash.
Ash bait.
Now to the other engine. That was it for my Glad engine.
That's the Glad engine, okay.
I play Triple Fractal.
Of course.
This guy's kind of gotten expensive because of Bird Up. But I still think Tri-Brigade Glads is a better variant because I think Tri-Brigade Glads is the best variant to play with Tri-Brigade. Bird Up is good because you can make Zeus. But in this variant, you can end on more than just Zeus and other stuff. With this variant, you have Domitianus, which is a negate and battle control. You have Herc, which is multiple negates depending on how many cards you have in hand for spells and traps. You end on the barrier statues, some more Glink, and sometimes an additional Tamer Editor depending on how good your hand is. But I play 3 Tri-Brigade Fractal. You pitch him to dump a Tri-Brigade monster from deck to grave. So he's just a foolish. But again, he's also a 19 beater. So again, another good normal. I see a lot of people play 1. I like 2 of this guy because even if you only play, if you've already used the effect, he's just a free special summon. Like, he's another way to make Test Panther and get your Glad engine going or your Tri-Brigade engine. So I like 2 of him because he's a free extender. He also gets your bricks out of your hand. I play the 1 Nerval. When he's sent to grave, he adds a Tri-Brigade monster from deck to hand. So he's normally the last one you'll send off the chain because I play 1 kit. And the reason I only play 1 kit is because you only need 1, because what you'll do is you'll pitch the Fractal. Fractal will dump the kit will dump the Nerval, and then the Nerval will add the Cuirass. So now you've already got 3 fueled and grave to make a link 3 out of your extra deck.
Nice.
And then actually you technically have 4 because off of his effect, the special from hand, if you don't want to waste your normal, you'll pitch an additional, let's say you open 2 Fractals or any other beast monster, you can pitch an additional beast monster to special him, or beast warrior, wing beast, to special him. So now you have 4. So you can immediately make a link 4. So you can immediately make your Shurog if you need to banish something on the field with Shurog outs Dragoon because he non-target banishes. So, after we get the deck profile up and going and, you guys get to comment and stuff, me and Sam will get around and we'll get a combo video going for your guys. But right now I'm just going to try to explain a lot of this to you guys so you don't have to have a combo video right away. I only play 3 more monsters. If you're playing this, obviously you guys heard me earlier, you end on the barrier statue as well. So you play the 1 barrier statue. A lot of your deck is all wing beasts or wind, and you have quite a bit of wind targets in the extra deck, so you can play around this, or you can get out of it. You don't lock yourself in.
Right.
The last 2 monsters I play they're a lot cheaper now, and I recommend you guys pick them up now while they're cheap because I think it's a really good contender going into the next format is Alpha. I mean, nice. Everything in this deck fits his criteria. So, you know, he's a really strong... I only play 2 because you want to go first. But this is an option if you lose the die roll. He just helps you kind of, you know, get going. Or if you normally rabbit and they fail or ash, well, not ash, but they stop it to where it's still in the field. You know, when you first normal summon it, you can just bounce it back to hand, summon this, or summon this and bounce it back to hand, or both. And he also is an out to Dragoon, because Dragoon is a big problem right now due to, you know, VFD being banned.
A lot of people don't know yet. His ability to special summon is not once per turn.
No, it is not. So you can actually bounce something, or special bounce him and that card to bounce 2 cards, and then you can respecial him again. So you still have a 3K beater, and he's also a beast. So he fits your, you know, half your. He fits in with the rest of the deck. Onto the spells. My glad spells first. My favorite spell in the deck is your triple free Monster Reborn. Or summon from hand, whichever one you want to use. It also makes the monster that it summons can't be destroyed by battle. It's a permanent gain, which is fantastic. So this is like one of your best extenders in the deck. I love it. But you also got to remember with this card, if you control a certain type of monster, you cannot special that type of monster off of this card. But it's not that hard. I mean, like I said, we'll do a combo video and you guys can get it and see. I'll go more in depth. And we'll explain all the combos on what you do and how you don't lock yourself into certain things, or why you don't summon Heraclinos first off of Tame Redditor, especially if you have this in hand. Because if you do that, then you can't summon the extra you can't bring back Tame Redditor to use him again, because you already control a Beast Warrior.
Right.
So we'll go more into depth within the next video. I still play 2 Rejection, not 3 anymore because you have to play some other stuff. But the 2 Rejection, it's anti-targeting for your Gladiator Beast monsters, which is great on your inboard. Also, it's the one that you special one from deck, an additional one from deck whenever one is specialed from deck. So, like, if you have this on field, you activate it, normal rabbit effect, special 2 Ondals, and then this will trigger, and you can special the Vespasius. Triple Rhoda, or Gladiator Beast Proving Ground. You know, searches level 4 lower Glide Beast. It just helps you get the ones you want in hand, like a Torix, so that way you can make the Tame Redditor, a Queast if you want to add back your stuff from grave, or...
Very fitting it has Ondal on it.
I know, right? Because you actually can search Ondal off of it and play through with, like, Link Spider. Speaking of Ondal, again, 2 unexpected dice because you're playing triple normal monsters. It is a free ash bait, in my opinion. 90% of the time they ash this. And sometimes they even think you're playing Emancipator because Emancipator plays the die package. Yeah. I've found this card to be fantastic. Another Searcher.
All the tankies.
2 tankies, because half your deck is Beast Warriors. I would play 3, but I do not like opening up with 2 tankies. At least with Proving Ground, I can use multiple in one turn. This, you can only use 1. So, again, it's another ash bait, or you can search your Fractal off of it to get your Tri-Brigade plays going. Or you can search a lot of your Glads off of it, too. Now for some of the others. I like this right now. Talents, I know it's really expensive right now, and it's hard to play. If you guys don't have this, don't worry, you do not have to play it. This is a 42 card deck. You can play any other substitute over this. I like this because at our locals right now, it's very hand trap prevalent with like Meisters, Bells, Gammas, Ash, you name it, it's there. So this is just very good right now at our locals. Also with Shaddolls. A lot of people are playing Shaddolls. A lot of Shaddolls in our locals. Or Invoke Shaddol, Invoked Eldritch Shaddol, Shaddol Dogmatica Eldritch. It's just like non-stop variants of that. So this is really good when they go to make like the construct with the Schism on your turn, or the Winda or anything like that. It's nice. I like it because they're gonna dump stuff, you know, to make it. Mm-hmm. So they're activating an effect. So you just take the Winda and then you can either crash it into something, link it away, whatever you need to do. My 1-ups, I play the 1 Call by. I really wish it would come back to 3, but it's not because of Crossout Designator. Keep that in mind, guys. When that set comes out, most likely I will replace these 3 cards, possibly other cards. I mean, when that set comes out, we'll get another deck list, because I'm going to add in Crossout Designators when I manage to get my hands on them. because that is going to be a very expensive card on release, and it's going to be very hard to get because everybody is going to want it. And then 1 Monster Reborn, 1 War Legacy Succession. They're, extenders. I did drop Living Fossil just because I decided I wanted to play the talents over the Living Fossil because I think I was having too much graveyard extension that sometimes I was opening up with not enough the ability to play through things. That's it for the main deck. Let's go ahead and get into the extra deck, which is another one of my favorite parts. You like my new sleeves? Sorry.
Very plus ultra.
Very plus ultra. I'm a big My Hero fan. Sorry, guys. We've seen these at the card shop, and I had to pick them up. They're awesome. Like standard, we'll play the double Test Panther. He's your searcher. He gives you your comeback or your Augustus, your Torix. He gives you anything that states Gladiator Beast in that name, which is fantastic. Majority of the time, you will search your comeback off of this. Even if you open another comeback, you search an additional one if you have the Augustus in hand already, or the Torix, so that way you can just abuse Tame Redditor multiple times in one turn. Because comeback is not a once per turn. His second effect is awesome. You can target Glad Beast in the field, shuffle it back in the deck. The target is the cost. And special one from deck, and it's treated that it's being summoned by the effect of a Gladiator Beast monster. Do keep in mind, you can summon this off of the Tri-Brigade stuff, but you cannot get the first effect if you do that. Because you gotta remember that Tri-Brigades do ignore summoning condition. So you can summon the Ancient Warrior Link off with Tri-Brigades, because it does require, it ignores the materials. But if you don't summon it with the materials and you're summoning it off the effect of the Tri-Brigade, you do not get their Link summon effect. So he cannot search a card if you summon him off of Tri-Brigades. He can only do the second effect. Just like the Ancient Warrior Link, he doesn't get a search. He just gets the bounce. The Wonder Gasus, because he's free in this deck, you can ignore the condition with the Tri-Brigades, and he helps you get into your Tri-Brigade or your Glide Engine really quickly. Also, when Glad monsters attack while he's on the field, he becomes like an Ancient Gear. Your opponent cannot respond until the end of damage step. The most broken card in the extra deck, 2 Tame Redditor. It's a walking double Evo pill. I mean, it says that you can summon boss monsters from your extra deck for free, ignoring summoning conditions, which is fantastic. A lot of times people will Nibiru you at this point when you make this dude, which is fine. That's why sometimes you have to search the second comeback, so that way you can just bring this back out and at least have a Damatianus on field. But this is your main, this is a choke point for you, but if you have an extender, you're fine. The boss monster of the deck, 2 Damatianus. He is, obviously, you guys know me. I love this card. He's battle control, and he's also a monster effect negate. He's 3,500. Whenever your opponent, you get to choose your opponent's attack targets. So you can let them declare an attack on something. You can switch the attack. It is a continuous effect, so it does work under Vistic Mind. You can have them smack right into him or whatever you want, which is great for protecting, like a direct attack. I've had somebody attack with Melee, so you can redirect the attack to him, and they will take 3k. It's nice. I love Damatianus. He's my absolute favorite. If you guys didn't notice from the emblem on the channel, which, again, shout out to Sam for making that. I love that emblem. I will have a shirt here soon with that emblem on it. And if you guys want more of that shirt, if you guys like the shirt, just let me know, and me and Sam will see what we can do about getting more of those done.
Open up a Teespring.
I upped this card back to 2 just because of the fact that Union Carrier got banned. And I don't really know what else to put in the slot, but you guys can always find something else if you'd like. The Double Geyserus, I put him back to 2 just because you're playing the Simorgh Link and stuff, so sometimes you have to use one of them early game to make the Simorgh Link. So again, it's kind of like Chimera Tech Rampage, or it's kind of like Rampage Dragon and Cyber Dragons. The reason you play 2 is just in case if you have to use the one to make the summon. It pops 2 cards every time he hits the field. Every time he hits the field. It's great. Geyserus is an old school favorite of mine. Last but not least, Hercules. He is a spell and trap negate. He's not a once per turn. He can negate just as many spells and traps for as many cards as you have in your hand to discard. So he is very good in this format, especially with Eldritch running around nonstop. So Eldritch, Trap Trick, Shaddoll's. Our locals is very control heavy right now.
Stop that schism.
Stop schism or the fucking Shaddoll fusion. So on to just the other generic links and stuff I play. I play the one link spider because you're playing triple normals, and this also allows you to play through Nibiru. Because if your opponent Nibiru's you can make this out of the token, and if you have an Ondal in hand or a Proving Ground still, you can summon it to this and then make Test Panther and keep going. Real quick, my Tri-Brigades, I forgot about these. I play the one Fajit, because she's literally draw one, put one back in the deck. Also, she allows you to special from hand, so if you have Rabbit in hand, you can special the Rabbit off of this so you don't waste your normal summon. The one Shirag, I like him because he outs Dragoon, but he's also just another option for a boss monster.
As soon as he hits the field, just banish.
Yeah. It's non-target banish too.
Non-target banish.
So your opponent has to respond to the effect before you select your target. Or before you select what you're going to banish, because he does not target. Obviously some more Glink because you're playing, Barrier Statue. Also, you can summon your Glads off of this, which is really nice. You can summon a lot of your Wing Beasts and stuff at the end phase off this. And then last is Access Code. Now I know he's kind of gone up a little bit and down. You don't have to play Access Code. If you can't afford him, play Boral Sword, it just takes more. Or play, what's that other link I'm thinking of?
BLS?
Yeah, you could play the BLS Link. He's another good boss monster. Link 3. I mean, you do summon stuff level 7 or higher, so. That's it for the extra deck, though. I just play Access Code because he's free OTK. He also outs Dragoon, and right now at our locals, Dragoon's a very big problem. So like I said, you guys can tweak this how you'd like to your own locals and stuff. Like I'm about to show you guys my side deck, but my side deck kind of, again, caters more towards our locals. But just keep in mind some of my side deck choices, and maybe that'll help you out in the future. So, for side deck wise, I played 3 Ice Dragon's Prison. Eldritch is still a thing. Dragon Link's a thing. This is really nice. This outs Dragoon as well. I know I'm playing multiple outs to Dragoon, but Dragoon is almost a win con in this format. Like, even Eldritch themselves struggle against Dragoon because they don't have really very much equipped in main deck to get rid of it.
It's tough.
And these gone up, so if you guys couldn't get these while they were cheap, I'm sorry. Your other alternatives to this are you can play things like Warning Point's a really good one. Kaijus are another good one. Sphere Mode. Believe it or not, Sphere Mode is going to make a comeback.
Sphere Mode.
I think Sphere Mode's making a comeback because Dragon Link, Infernoble, all of them, they put multiple negates on the board, and Sphere Mode's fantastic. Then, again, this caters more to our locals on this one right here, so this one can be whatever you want, but I play 3 Retaliating Seas, because whenever your opponent would activate a spell card that special summons a monster or monsters, this guy you can reveal in hand, you can special him, and then he, while he is on the field, he turns the graveyard into a Macrocosmo. Any card sent there is banished instead. So it's just, what it does is they activate Shaddoll Fusion or Invocation, you special it, and it just turns off the graveyard. So it's just kind of nice against, it's also good against Drytron because they special summon from the hand by tributing using the ritual cards. I'm pretty sure that would still meet his conditions because they're being special summoned. They're being summoned off of the effect of a spell card, and I'm almost certain a ritual summon is considered a special summon.
Yes.
Yes, it's a special summon, right? Yeah, I believe so. So that's why I'm playing this, just because it's good against Shaddoll and Drytron right now. It's a solid card. And then I play 3 Droplet, again, outs Dragoon, but it also outs almost any boss monster. So you really just play it because it's Droplet. Again, my side deck's very expensive. If you guys want to go with much cheaper options, you have Dark Ruler No More. Does the same thing. Evenly Matched is very good in this deck because you can normal 1 Glad, attack, and then they shuffle back as cost, and then you can chain evenly and wipe their board. And then your Glad will come back and resolve. Triple Lancia because This is a guy who's just been stapling my side deck for how many deck profiles now?
All of them. He's so relevant.
He's just so relevant. Like, as long as Eldritch is around, or Phantom Knight Engine's around, or anything that really banishes heavily dinosaurs, you know,
he hate dinosaurs.
I know I used to play them, but still, this is a fantastic card. I love it. Knight's just still a solid, and he's relatively cheap. Last 4 cards is I played the Triple Lightning Storm. Again, it's really expensive. You can play Cosmic Cyclones over this or Twin Twisters. I probably would do Cosmics over this because Twin Twisters, you don't really have as much discard outlet. So, and then last but not least is Arby's Feather Duster. Yes, I know I'm playing essentially 4 Storms, but that's because I want to see it, because you do not like back row decks, especially with Eldritch and Shaddoll and all that, and I'm setting super poly, and you want to make sure that you get rid of it before you just go off into your combo. One of this deck's biggest flaws is probably Nibiru, but you can still play through Nibiru pretty good. But you got to remember too, the Storm also hits monsters, so it's just a free way to attempt to break a board and force a negate, or you know. But that is it for the side, extra, main. You know, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments and let us know how you guys feel about it. That is my take on Glads for, what is this? What month? That's March.
March? Yeah, it's March.
For the March.
It's gonna be April pretty soon.
I know. This is probably my take on Glads Tri-Brigade until the next set releases. And then I'll probably change a few cards, but the core is probably going to stay relatively the same. Just let me know if you guys want to see a pure Glad Beast deck profile, or any other deck profiles by that matter. You know, now that me and Sam have got my channel kind of up and running, we can get all sorts of stuff on there. I play around with quite a bit of stuff. I've got Cyber Dragons, Eldritch, Invokes, you name it, I probably have it. I've got Inzectors, max rarity hidden, waiting to know.
Can't wait for that new card, yeah.
Exactly. But I have a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for the deck profile. It was very educational. Hopefully all of our viewers like it.
I hope they do too, and like I said, we'll get the combo profile out there eventually. Just when we get around to doing the rest of adult things that we have to do.
Thanks so much, man. See you later.
See you.